So I still don't know where to put my microphone. I'm open for your suggestions. Like, should I put some little table here or should I sit at the table? I'm not sure. For now, it's gonna be like this. So, we will speak about sissification today and my opinion on this very interesting subject. And if you've been following me for a while, you probably already expect what I'm going to say. But however, stay tuned just because I'm so pretty. Yeah. And I'm going to remind you that for now, this channel is not monetized. And if you like me and my content, you can send me a tribute or a donation, whatever you call it, on Wish Tender. So, sissification. Yeah, they go together. Sissification, feminization. Like, that's a particular category of subs who want to feel feminized, sissified. And what exactly does it mean? First of all, that includes cross-dressing. Yeah, like wearing women's underwear, wearing heels, wearing makeup, wearing dresses, and everything that is considered feminine. So that's all about feminizing yourself. And I'm pretty sure that cross-dressers have always existed. This is not something new. Like, all these fetishes, they derive from human's nature for exploration, for something forbidden, for a taboo, and this is not new. This is not that just appeared recently. However, some other tendencies appeared recently. The rise in tendency, the rise in fetish that affects men's identity. Nowadays, there is a big range of fetishes that are pretty much political, even if community says that, no, that's not political. It's obviously political, and it goes all from the far left, and I already have another video about it. It's called like Why Kink is Political or something like this. So yeah, this is the difference from back then and now. If I lived even like 20 or 30 years ago, I'm pretty sure that I would be like supporting feminization and sissification of men, because it, like, as they say and as many doms say, that it helps them reveal their feminine side. It helps them to be more sensitive, more in tune with themselves, like explore themselves. And yeah, maybe it was like this, like some years or dozens of years ago, but it's not like this anymore. At least I don't see it this way. Yeah, first of all, because of the political reason. It's not supposed to be political, but it's becoming political. Because how you feel, it is just how you feel. Like, the world does not owe you anything. The world does not owe you any approval of your identities, delusions. Yeah, and that's often delusions. And it makes it even more controversial, because seeing so many online accounts of sissies who say that they're girls, of course not women, always girls, it's creepy. And it's creepy because sissification nowadays comes from porn and from the perception of women by men, which they take from porn. And this is where I have problems with sissification, because I don't see that it's all about exploring yourself. Yeah, like your feminine side, being soft and vulnerable. Some doms say, that's a very popular opinion, yeah, that you make a man go through all this process, yeah, like like, for example, you wax or shave your legs, or you make yourself beautiful like a woman, and it makes them understand what we go through. And I disagree with that. So we see it as a necessary process. Some women might enjoy that. I'm not just saying that, oh yeah, these are like instruments of patriarchy, or to keep us in our lane, yeah, like, so we're too occupied with staying beautiful. Yes, it takes place, of course. But also, I know a lot of women who want to be feminine and who do this, but they just like the results. For example, when I go for a manicure, I hate sitting there. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time, but I love the result. So I really love to look beautiful and feminine. However, for men who are into sissification, and these are men with autogynephilia, autogynephilia is a condition when you get aroused thinking of yourself as a woman. Yes, they often like women as well, but they also tend to bi and often gay side as well. That's why there are lots of subs who come to femdom to explore their gay side, which is, well, I mean, I would be too selfish to take it seriously because I want it to be about me. Like, this is femdom. It has to be about a woman. But okay, I can be like a friendly mentor and we can skip the strap-on stage. Like, why do you need that? I'm not talking about every sub, but there are a lot of subs who are gay. And lots of sissies are gay. They just don't want to accept that because they think that if they come to a woman like with a strap on, that's not gay. But they are searching for a specific type of a woman. Like, they don't want to serve a woman. They want to be treated like a woman. So again, getting back to the perception of feminization, how they perceive it, they don't feel like they understand us more. They feel euphoric because you affirm their identity. They feel euphoric going through all these procedures. They don't suffer. Do you understand? Like, they don't suffer. They love it. There is nothing to be more empathetic about. The perception of a woman comes from porn. This is how most men see women. Like 3 holes, blink, blink eyes. This is what I heard from a person who wrote the book Sissy and other well-known sissies who nowadays are trans women, of course. Blink, blink eyes. Being fucked is a female experience. This is how they see women, and they are so jealous of this, even if it has nothing to do with being a woman. I mean, from my experience, like, I'm a dominant woman, and I don't, again, like, I keep repeating the same stuff. Like, I don't see that being penetrated makes me anyhow submissive. Yes, it makes me more vulnerable, but I can use it as my own strength. And yes, this is what I don't like. I see it as less of exploring yourself rather than putting on the image, the pornified, deranged, perverted image of a woman. What you saw in porn, what you heard from all these toxic men, how they treat a woman, and these sissies, they want to be treated the same way. And when you play along with this as a dom, I believe that you affirm their delusions about what a woman is. And this is where it becomes harmful for women. And for men as well. And especially one thing is feminization, like wearing some particular clothes. Like, I actually have no problems with that because I pretty much celebrate gender nonconformity, and I like brave men in dresses, but for me, brave means when a man wears a dress and makeup and says, but like, I'm still a man. But what truly brings me a lot of disgust is when all these people put a dress on, like very bad makeup that's often like so bad it looks awful, and they say, I'm a woman. So one thing is femininity. Another thing is femaleness. For example, when you call this man a girl, well, again, it's femdom, or women are supposed to be superior here. When you call it a pussy, like man's butthole, a pussy, this is just lack of respect to your own genitalia. If you call this little penis a clit, and you call an anus a vagina, and when you say that he skirts like a girl, or he has sex like a girl, this is where like I totally draw the line. This disgusts me like significantly. Like, you are not a girl, you are a man in a dress, and like that's fine. That's fine. If you practice it, like mindfully, if you don't get stuck in some very strange ideas, and whenever I speak to them, they all have the same opinions. They all like pretty much the same. If they protect this sissification thing. But I've got quite a lot of messages from sissies who said, I just thought that this is the way to be. This is like, I'm supposed to be feminized. Just because I don't fit into the category of all this like strong masculine men. And this is just an unhealthy relationship with your masculinity. And when you cannot fix that, it does not mean that you are supposed to be a woman. You don't know what a woman is. You have no idea what it feels like to be a woman. Okay, I know that not all cis appropriate femaleness, but let's talk about femininity. Again, as I said, like maybe some years ago, that was like, oh wow, stunning and brave, so progressive. But I don't see it anymore. Like I see these things from a different angle. What I'm trying to do is to change the perception of this pair, submissiveness, femaleness, because they often go together. And when a man wears, for example, panties, or like whatever, like imagine a sissy, everything is feminine, like women's clothes, like everything that is considered to be feminine. Even if I believe that clothes and makeup and all this stuff, they should not be gendered, like in some kind of perfect scenario. However, we still perceive it this way. This is feminine, this is masculine, this is for men, this is for women. Like we cannot get rid of it just like this, And when we see a man in women's clothes, we still perceive it this way, like automatically. Feminine, submissive. And this is what I don't like. I want to see masculinity is the main component of submissiveness. That's why I would always prefer a man who wears a suit or a knight armor, or some kind of uniform of like what we consider like a strong man. And this type of person submits to me. This is where I feel power, because I see the pair masculinity, submissiveness, femininity, dominance. And I want to remind you that I think that female and male dominance are completely different things. Of course, we all have feminine and masculine traits, but I completely just reject the idea that a woman has to be more masculine, has to act like a man in order to dominate. And I'm saying this from the position where, like, I have a lot of masculine traits. I have a lot of masculine traits. I know this about myself. And this position that I'm sharing now, it wasn't like my default position. When I just started, I also loved like, oh yeah, this is so progressive, or this is that a woman is the king. That again, We just make a woman more masculine instead of uplifting femininity. So imagine like the Beauty and the Beast. The Beast does not become the beauty in order to submit to her. The Beast kneels before the beauty just the way he is. Strong, masculine, protective, yet vulnerable and submissive. The same, like my always favorite example of a knight and a queen. You can think of a king, because some people say, yeah, like, but a queen is not going to marry her knight. Yeah, maybe she can keep him as her favorite, but even if we take these archetypes like queen and king, the king is dominant in the street, submissive in the shits. Because when I get messages like, yeah, but this is natural, this is like testosterone, that's great. That's not my purpose to cut off masculinity, because masculinity, like this, there are gender stereotypes, and there are some gender, let's say, traits that are innate because they are biological, because our behaviors, they are rooted in our biology, because we have different brain structure, we have different hormones, we have different bodies. Sex is binary. And if we talk about, like, yeah, we have more similarities. However, our differences are very significant and we cannot ignore them. Like, this is insane if you think that men and women are the same. However, it does not mean that we should put people in their own boxes. Men can be feminine, and that's fine, but that does not make them a woman. Yeah. All the social things, all the social problems, they're very correlated with kinks, because often we bring to the scene those things that we couldn't solve in our social life. Okay, that's it for today. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I absolutely work with sissies, but just on my terms. And I will link my wish sender just below this video. Bye.